In 2014, an estimated 12,000 people traveled to Syria to fight for ISIS, for a total estimated at 27,000 to 31,000 fresh recruits from all over the globe. That means tens of thousands of sons and daughters go missing and may never return, except in the case of one father from Belgium, Dimitri Bonting. When his teenage son joined a terror group and then disappeared in Syria, Dimitri began a dangerous and incredible journey to bring him home. Full Measure correspondent Scott Thuman has his story of the Great Escape.
If you didn't go to Syria to get your son, would he be alive today?
No, no. He would have paid the ultimate highest price to die as a martyr. Yeah. Yeah.
What Dimitri Bonting faced was an almost impossible and certainly frightening challenge for any father: to save his son from a terror training camp inside of Syria. Even the lead up to this moment was baffling. Yeyoun was hardly the ideal foreign fighter. Born in Belgium and raised Catholic, he seemed the average teen, even visited Washington, D.C. and spoke admiringly of the American dream. But after a breakup with a girl and meeting another who introduced him to the Quran, Yeyoun began to change, and soon after, under the lie that he was going with friends to Amsterdam, he instead went to Syria to join Islamic extremists.
We were in shock. Of course, what do you think? We are not Muslims.
Determined to bring him back, Dimitri, a former soldier, began plotting his son's rescue.
How I'm going to do it? I don't speak Arabic. I don't have experience in the Middle East. I don't have any connections in the Middle East.
The first trip with a journalist turned up nothing. On his second, a solo attempt, Dimitri says he found the group holding his son, led by longtime terror suspect Abu Asir.
What did they do to you?
They took all my clothes out, beating me. They put a cap above my head, handcuffed me, then take me upstairs in a place where they interpolate me all the time and beating. Because they really suspect me to be a spy.
They're beating you, they're torturing you.
They're torturing me.
They're questioning you.
Yes.
And the whole time you're saying, I'm just trying to find my son.
I'm a father who is looking for his son. That I didn't care if I was the father or not. Because they say it's Allah decided that he's here. And Allah go above everything. It was really, really very hard negotiation.
After forming a seemingly odd but necessary relationship with the group, Dimitri and his son were reunited and allowed to leave.
The day that you got him out of Syria
Yes.
and across the border,
Yes.
and you're in safety,
Yes.
what is the feeling?
The first moment when I know we are safe, 100%, I hold him like a small baby, like a child, you know. We were both crying, you know. We were both crying. It was an emotional moment. Yeah.
While that story alone seems like a script written for Hollywood, the sequel may be even bigger.
I thought I have my son back, and this is over, this nightmare. We're going to start a new life, but my life just started after that.
Started because Dimitri's success meant hope for other parents of radicalized teenagers turned jihadis. Through his website and word of mouth, he was soon flooded with requests.
The only something I could wish is that all these Western youngsters return home where they belong, you know.
But it's not just a wish, you actually go.
Yes.
You go back to Syria.
Yes.
You go to Iraq.
Yes, yes.
How many times?
Totally 26 times.
And how successful are you at getting children back?
I get 5 back. 5 back. Live, physical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back. Yeah.
There have been failures, he says. For example, an unnamed American family in which the son refused to return. And reasoning with the terror groups an often upside-down world of backwards logic. Then there's what Dimitri calls government interference.
Especially in US cases, is advising the parents not to go there. That's the advice they give.
While Dimitri boasts of himself as a modern-day Mother Teresa, he is no longer working for free. The dangers, he says, are too great.
You risk your life every time?
I risk my life every time. And believe me, ISIS know who I am, and they know when they see me with other parents by the border. They know for what I'm there, what I'm coming to do. They know I'm trying to take kids out.
But his calling is too loud. As he puts it, he wakes up Syria, he goes to bed Syria, and couldn't stop, even if he wanted to. Dimitri says his son was also held with James Foley, the American journalist who was killed, and John Cantley, the British photographer who is still among the terror groups. Cheryl?
And so what happened to his son after he got back?
Yeah, so Yeyoun was released after about 40 days in a Belgian jail for his affiliation with the terror group. He regrets his decision. He says he is no longer religious. And Dimitri says that when he gets to that point, his son will be an advocate to try and deter other young people from being radicalized. He calls him the perfect witness.
Scott Thuman, thanks. Very interesting. There's been much debate.